What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back with another reaction. This one's one that I've been really looking forward to. I know this dropped a little bit ago, but honestly, I hadn't had a chance to really get into it. So I'm going to be doing back-to-back videos. By the time I'm doing this, she already dropped a second music video. And what we're going to be watching today, it's Charli XCX's new music video for her song House with Cale. And this is part of her soundtrack for Wuthering Heights, the upcoming movie that looks incredible. And honestly, the main reason why I'm doing this, it's not only because I like Charli's music endeavors, it's also because, to keep it 100 with you guys, I think that's one of the best movie trailers I've seen in a really long time. Like, it's that freaking good. So if you have not seen the trailer for Wuthering Heights, I'm gonna leave a link to that on the description. Please go check it out. It's so good. And honestly, originally I thought that she was gonna kind of like remix or recreate in some way, shape, or form her already existing catalog. But based on what I'm seeing, there's also a few new tracks, or most of them are new tracks. Honestly, like I have no idea, but in whatever case, really excited about this. So let's get right into it. By the way, this music video, it's directed by Mitch Ryan. So let's watch it.
Can I speak to you privately for a moment?
I want to mention that I have not read this book and I have not seen the movie, obviously, but just based on the trailer, I can already tell that this is very much in the same creative vein, which is incredible. There was a time like back in the 90s and 80s where soundtracks were such a big part of the marketing campaign of the movies that, you know, a lot of times they would even film the music videos on the set of the movies, which was very cool, and because it kind of like tied everything together. I don't know if that was the case for this, but it's really cool to see them kind of like, you know, wrapping the entirety of the output of the movie in the same aesthetic. Um, and yeah, or I'm also loving the format. The format, it's unusual and I love it.
I just want to explain. Can I speak to you privately for a moment?
Very unsettling.
I just want to explain. Explain the circumstances I find myself in. What? I'm a prisoner to live for eternity. I was thinking,
Oh my god. I want to go back and listen to the whole thing, but the images are so powerful. And it's insane because from a technical standpoint what they're doing, it's they're filming extreme close-ups of Charli, kind of like moving her mouth. We see her hurts flowing, but it's at such slow motion. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say 120 frames per second. That when you slow it down and play it on real time, you know, next to the music, like when you play those two together, the heavy violins and the unsettling kind of like strings, plus her opening her eyes slowly, opening her mouth slowly, it all kind of like blends in together to create such a jarring yet beautiful image. Such a powerful visual. Wow.
I'm a prisoner
I love this mirror shot right
to
here.
live for eternity. I was thinking, what is this place? I thought it would be perfect.
I don't know if you see it, but this is hair. And if you know anything about Charli, she's someone that has a lot of hair on her head. And this almost looks like water, but I think it's also hair, but it almost looks like water.
I thought. I wanted to be perfect.
It's actually a horse's hair. So remember how I said that that image looked like hair, and then we saw what almost looked like water? I think it's actually the horse's skin.
Am I living in another world?
Dude, the photography of this, it's so stunning.
Another world I created? For what?
Ouch.
If it's beauty, do you see beauty? If there's beauty, say it's enough. I think I'm gonna die in this house.
Oh my god! I'm getting goosebumps, bro. What the hell? This is not what I expected. Oh my god. When Charlie's voice blends in with John's, this is, oh my god. I swear to god, it's not only because it's cold here in LA, but it's like I'm actually getting like shivers down my spine. This is insane. Let's run it back. I love this shot where she's pouring wax on her legs. That's such a painful thing to go through. And I want to go deep on the significance of the visuals after we kind of like run through one time, because it's very difficult not to kind of like get enthralled in the visuals and the music. So it's like a lot. I feel like there's so much to dig up right here.
If it's beauty, do you see beauty? If there's beauty, say it's enough. I think I'm gonna die in this house.
Bro, I don't know what instrument that is, but damn, that sounds freaking incredible.
I'm gonna die in this house. I think I'm gonna die in this house. I think I'm gonna die in this
Dude, I like, wow. Wow, this is one of the best music videos I've seen in a long time. This is such a powerful visual. Like, I feel like a lot of the messaging that we're getting from this video, it's the classic like love is pain, and if this is what love truly is, like I'll suffer and I'll die for your love type of Shakespearean vibe. Because I actually did a little bit of reading as to what the actual like the original story it's about, and there's a lot of like jealousy involved, and you know, like unrequited love and that type of like old themes from back in the day. And I feel like this is like a very gripping and like gruesome way of like showing it without necessarily having to be extremely gory about it. The way they cut up the visuals, it's so unsettling, because again, like we're seeing things that are not necessarily jarring, but the way they're cut up with the music as well, obviously, it creates so much tension. And that's crazy because you would think like normally, I don't know if you've already noticed a pattern here on the video, but a lot of the slow motion that they're using is being played in reverse. So like on any given day, if you think of slow motion and a woman, in this case, in the case of Charlie, like we're thinking like, you know, very inviting and very sexy and very provocative. But in this case, a lot of it comes from her kind of like demeanor. But the way it's lit, notice how there's not like a single warm light except the fire and maybe the lamp that John's carrying in the woods. But for the most part, most of the temperature of the light, it's probably like on a 4500 to 58600 kind of like temperature. So we're leaning a lot more towards the blues. That's already kind of like giving us that dreary, creepy, cold, Edinburgh-esque type of lighting that when we start playing everything on reverse on extreme slow motion, it creates like an unsettling vibe. And then you start cutting it up with all these different textures. It just makes you feel so much. Please, if you have not seen this video, please make sure you watch the whole thing through.
In every room, I hear silence.
Wow. Bro, this is so powerful. Let's go back a little bit and rewatch some of it. Oh, so this is interesting. I hadn't noticed this, but the video ends exactly where it starts. So it's almost like a loop. Very interesting. I love it. There's so much brood. It's like it's very again, I feel like this is a recurring theme on the channel, but there's a lot of like contradiction in the visuals because it's so beautiful, but at the same time it's so unsettling. It's like everything's kind of like moving, but a lot of the video revolves around her being stuck. Like if you notice the lyrics, like part of the lyrics say, I think I'm gonna die in this house. So, and again, kind of like love and pain. So it's a lot of like contradiction, and contradiction makes things so interesting.
What and who I really am. I'm a prisoner to live for eternity.
And I feel,
What is this place?
and I feel like having the crowd held hostage by just chaining him to the bed. It's almost like a visual representation of where Charli is at the moment, that she kind of like wants to feel better, but she feels like she's stuck in one place and can't seem to kind of like move forward. So it's like being trapped almost like in a cage. And I think that's where the whole I'm gonna die in this house kind of like lyricism comes from.
I want it to be perfect. Please, let it be perfect. Am I living in another world?
And you see she's almost trying to like fly away, and I think the horse, it's the opposite of that. The horse, it's free and moving and flowing, and I feel like the crow, it's what represents the part of her that's trying to like move on or move out, or just trying to like continuously move forward, and for some way, shape, or form she just can't.
Another world I created? For what? If it's beauty, do you see beauty? If there's beauty, say it's enough. I think I'm gonna die in this house. I think I'm gonna die in this house.
Oh my god, bro! This is so good. This part gets me every time.
I think I'm gonna die in this.
Oh, I want to go back to detail some of what she's wearing. I think these are chrome heart rings. This is such a beautiful shot. This is what might be one of my favorite ones. The upside down on the bed. I think there's a lot of significance also to like how she switches between wearing all white and wearing all black. Notice that when she's wearing all white, there's only two scenes when she's like almost like hurting herself with the wax, and then when she's in the middle of the forest. The parts of her that are somewhat untouched do want to kind of like liberate themselves from this prison, metaphorical prison, obviously, and in the process, she ends up kind of like hurting herself. If I had to guess, that would be it.
I think you're gonna die.
I hadn't noticed, but I think he was digging up like a grave or something. And I'm not really sure. Like this image right here is also one of the most powerful ones because if you notice, like there's leaves everywhere, but where she was kind of like laying down. So I'm not entirely sure if this is the grave he was digging up. Like whatever was left to her, it's dying in this house. And this is also super powerful. I love the visual parallel between the horse with the hair in front of him, and then we get this image of Charlie, almost like the light kind of like sweeping her, illuminating her. Notice how she's kind of like in the dark, and then we kind of like reveal her slowly, and it's literally almost like a parallel between that and the horse shot. So beautiful.
In every room, I hear silence.
So even though I have not read Wuthering Heights, I'm sure like a lot of the significance in the imagery and kind of like where Charlie's coming from comes from the tie-in to the movie and the book. So, obviously what I'm giving it's just directly a visual kind of like analysis or tying into what I think it might represent based on what I read from the film. But if I saw or I said or I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Sub up, like up. I think this is one of the most powerful videos I've seen this year. I'm really excited about the one that just dropped today. I'm gonna be doing that on the next video I'll be dropping. I'm also gonna be dropping that today, so it's gonna be 3 videos today. Can you guys believe that? 3 videos. So make sure you sub up, like up, drop a comment. Let me know if there's any video you want me to kind of like check out next. I'm really excited about this album. But in whatever case, if you guys don't know about me, my name is Gara. I'm a multidisciplinary artist based here in LA. My work ranges from a lot of disciplines. So if you want to, check some more of that, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads. I'm gonna leave links to all of that in the description. And if you want to listen to the whole thing, I'm also gonna leave a link to that in the description. But in whatever case, sub up, like up. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.